It's been 20 days since the rape and murder of Abhaya, and for the last 20 days, there's been an active attempt to fool every single one of us by the hospital administration to try and cover up the crime, to conspire and ensure that the truth doesn't emerge. But today, we're going to show you the absolute clincher that proves beyond a doubt that the hospital, yes, very much lied, and lied to the parents at that. We've accessed 3 calls here on India Today. The first calls that were actually made by the hospital administration to the parents of Abhaya. You would expect that there'd be a certain amount of sensitivity that medical professionals would show when addressing the death of Abhaya's when referring to, in fact, the death of their daughter. That didn't happen. Instead, in these 3 phone calls, you will see the level of cover-up that was attempted, the criminal negligence that came to light here. And how is that? The hospital administration first calls the parents and tells them that, look, your daughter is very unwell, that she's in a critical condition, please come rushing in. Confused parents call back the hospital, ask what's going on. She was on duty. How could this happen? They say, you have to come in, speak to the doctors. Now, there's a sense of chaos, confusion through those first 2 calls. But the 3rd call changes all of that, and here's why. In the 3rd call, the hospital administration very clearly tells the family there seems to be a case of suicide. They then say that she's passed away now. These are medical professionals, mind you, which is why there are questions right now of what the hospital administration was doing amid those calls. Were they focusing on covering up the crime, especially because we know that the time of death was 4 a.m., which means Abhaya's body was found? What were they doing telling the parents she's injured, she's critical, she's unwell, she's in the emergency ward? What were they doing saying Abhaya's passed away now? What were they doing when they said that this is a death by suicide? Questions coming up now about the serious cover-up and why it was done by the hospital. The CBI is looking into that, but listen in to this phone call that's now the clincher on how the hospital tried to cover up this entire crime, pass it off as a suicide.
It's been 20 days since 31-year-old Abhaya was raped and murdered at Kolkata's RG Kar Hospital, sparking national anger over crimes against women. She had finished a 36-hour shift at the hospital, fallen asleep in the seminar room, where she was brutalized by Sanjay Roy, a Kolkata police civil volunteer, in the early hours of August the 9th. But her parents were initially told that she had died by suicide. India Today has now accessed 3 clinching phone calls that the administration of RG Kar Medical College made to Abhaya's parents on August the 9th. Phone calls that point to an alleged cover-up right at the start. The first phone call lasts 44 seconds.
ওর একটু শরীরটা খারাপ হয়েছে, আপনারা কি একটু আসতে পারবেন ইমিডিয়েট?
কেন, কি হচ্ছে? কি
ওর শরীরটা খারাপ, আমরা ভর্তি করাচ্ছি ওকে, আপনি কি ইমিডিয়েট একটু আসতে পারবেন?
কি হচ্ছে কি সেটা বলবেন তো?
সেটা তো ডাক্তাররা বলবে আপনারা এলে। আমরা আপনার নাম্বারটা জোগাড় করলাম, করে জানালাম যে বাড়ির লোক হিসেবে আপনারা একটু তাড়াতাড়ি আসুন।
কি হচ্ছে সেটা বলো না তুমি।
পেশেন্ট শরীরটা খারাপ, ভর্তি হয়েছে হসপিটালে, বাকিটা আপনারা এলে ডাক্তার বলবে।
ওর কি জ্বর হয়েছে?
আপনারা একটু আসুন, জলদি চলে আসুন, যত তাড়াতাড়ি পারবেন।
কেন, খুব অবস্থা খারাপ?
খুব অবস্থা খারাপ, খুব অবস্থা খারাপ, একটু তাড়াতাড়ি চলে আসুন।
The second call to Abhaya's parents lasted 47 seconds, where the RG Kar Hospital administrator told them that their daughter was being admitted to the emergency ward.
কি হয়েছে কি সেটা বলো না একটু।
ওনার অবস্থা খুবই খারাপ, আপনি যত তাড়াতাড়ি পারবেন চলে আসুন।
কি হয়েছে না সেটা বলো না।
এটা তো ডাক্তার বলবে, আপনি একটু তাড়াতাড়ি চলে আসুন এখানে।
আপনি কে বলছেন বলুন তো?
আমি অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্ট সুপার বলছি, আমি ডাক্তার বলছি না।
ডাক্তার নেই হবে কেউ?
আমি সুপারিনটেন্ডেন্ট কথা বলছি। হ্যালো,
হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে।
হ্যাঁ, আমি অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্ট সুপারিনটেন্ডেন্ট কথা বলছি। আপনার মেয়েকে আমরা এমার্জেন্সিতে নিয়ে এসেছি, আপনারা আসুন, এসে যোগাযোগ করুন।
The third and the final 8-second phone call from the assistant superintendent of the hospital informed the parents that their daughter had died by suicide.
উনি সুসাইড করেছেন হয়তো বা কিছু মারা গেছেন। পুলিশ রয়েছেন, আমরা হসপিটালে সবার সামনেই রয়েছি, ফোন করছি।
Abhaya's parents have been pointing fingers at former principal of RG Kar Hospital, Dr. Sandeep Ghosh, accusing him and the medical college of a cover-up.
तो उसने हमसे बात भी नहीं किया। सारे दिन हम उधर 12 बजे से शाम 7 बजे तक था। उस टाइम में हम
The parents alleged that they were made to wait for 3 hours before they got to see the body of their daughter.
সবার প্রথম তো পুলিশের শরণাপন্ন হব। আমরা সেরকমই পুলিশের কাছেই সমস্ত আমাদের যা বক্তব্য বলছিলাম, কিন্তু পুলিশ আমাদের 3 ঘন্টা ধরে ঢুকতে দেয়নি। কেন, কি ব্যাপার সেটা তাই।
They've also claimed that their daughter's final rites were rushed.
जो क्रिमिनेशन घाट का बारे में बोलता है, श्मशान घाट के बारे में, उधर 3 बॉडी पड़ा हुआ था, लेकिन उसका पहले ही हमारा लड़की का बॉडी जला दिया गया।
The 3 calls now prove that the RG Kar Medical College did peddle the suicide theory lie. The question is, why? With Anupam Mishra in Kolkata, Bureau Report, India Today.
So those 3 calls have established beyond a doubt that yes, there's an attempt to cover up the entire crime by the hospital authorities. Why, how they did it, and with what purpose are still questions that remain. But let's tell you about how each call, 3 of them, each call essentially exposes the lies that were spread by the hospital. First, the first call that was made by the assistant superintendent, the female assistant superintendent of the hospital, to the parents, said that Abhaya is unwell. Now again, let me highlight for you, these are medical professionals. They found the body of Abhaya in the morning. She passed away at 4 a.m. and yet she chose to tell the parents that Abhaya was unwell and told them rush to the hospital. The second call, the parents actually called back the assistant superintendent. They were clearly confused, asking what's happened. She was on duty. Is she okay? Now, at this point, the assistant superintendent said only the doctors can give you information. Abhaya has been admitted to the emergency ward. How? Her mortal remains were found in the morning. So why were doctors, medical professionals rushing her, claiming she's in a critical condition, to the emergency ward? But the biggest clincher in this is the third phone call, where the parents are actually told by the assistant superintendent that looks in all likelihood like their daughter has died by suicide. And that's followed by the assistant superintendent telling them that she's just passed away. 2 lies exposed in that last 8-second phone call, because it almost seemed, if you listen to that conversation, the 8-second phone call, it almost sounds scripted, because she says most likely died by suicide, has just passed away, come now to the spot. That's the only communication that goes in from the assistant superintendent. Imagine the emotions that Abhaya's parents had to go through. They were in such a vulnerable position, and their emotions of sadness, of confusion, of frustration of not knowing what happened, amplified by lies spread by the hospital administration. Suryagni Roy is joining us live with more details on this. Suryagni, the need of the hour, of course, is for all of the questions to be answered, questions that arise from these phone calls that now emerge. The question that really comes to the top of your head is, why wasn't this investigated earlier? Yes, you've got the CBI looking into this, but why didn't the Kolkata police look into this angle of a cover-up of a conspiracy, instead seemingly shield Dr. Sandeep Ghosh, at whose behest, no doubt, this whole angle of suicide was put forth to the parents?
Well, this is something that the students had been saying from day one. Because the students of RG Kar who were protesting from, let's say, it's going to be 3 weeks straight from, if we count from tomorrow, it was on Friday itself. The students time and again, they have questioned the investigation process, and why was it that the parents were informed by the hospital authorities that it was a suicide. Now we have come across these audio calls.
We're having a bit of a problem, Surya. We're having a bit of a problem with your audio. We'll reconnect with you and get more details from the ground. But let's get your reactions now that's come into these damning phone tapes that we have here on India Today. Abhaya's parents have once again reiterated what they've been saying, by the way, all along, that they believe there's a conspiracy by the hospital and that the real accused are being shielded. Even today, they've reiterated that and again said that they had zero faith in the Kolkata police who made them wait for 3 hours at the hospital and gave them no details about what's happened to their daughter.
না, লাল গেঞ্জির একটা ইয়ে ছিল না, এখনো পর্যন্ত আমরা জানতে পারিনি। তবে একটা সন্দেহজনক ব্যাপারটা ছিল, তাই ওরা বলেছিল যে
না, আমরা দেখেছিলাম ওখানে একটা লাল গেঞ্জি পরে ছেলে ঘোরাঘুরি করছিল, কিন্তু আমার কাছে তো তখন ফোন ছিল না, আমি কোনো কিছু ক্লু রাখতে পারিনি।
আর তখন আমাদের মানসিকতা ছিল না যে প্রমাণ রাখবে। তারা প্রমাণ মোছার চেষ্টা করছে, তাও তো আমরা বুঝতে পারিনি। শুনুন, কোনো একটা ঘটনা ঘটলে আমরা সবার প্রথম তো পুলিশের শরণাপন্ন হব। আমরা সেরকমই পুলিশের কাছেই সমস্ত আমাদের যা বক্তব্য বলছিলাম, কিন্তু পুলিশ আমাদের 3 ঘন্টা ধরে ঢুকতে দেয়নি। কেন, কি ব্যাপার, তাই
আমাদের আস্থা ছিল না,
আস্তে আস্তে হারিয়ে যাচ্ছিল। প্রথম দিকে তো যেগুলো দেখছি, প্রথম থেকে যে ঘটনাগুলো ঘটছে, সেই জন্যই আস্তে আস্তে আমরা বাধ্য হয়ে সিবিআই কাছে যেতে বাধ্য।
একটা পার্টিকুলার প্রশ্ন, যে
হাইকোর্টে যেতে বাধ্য। সিবিআই কাছে আমরা যাইনি, আমরা হাইকোর্ট।
তবে উনি যেটা কালকে বলেছেন ওটা আমার ভালো লাগেনি। পরিবার চায় না বিচার, এটা কি? আমার মেয়ে চলে গেছে, আমি বিচার চাইবো না?
দুনিয়ার কোটি কোটি লোক বিচার চাইছে, আর পরিবার
দুনিয়ার কোটি কোটি বিশ্ব আমার মেয়ের পাশে দাঁড়িয়েছে, তারা এত আন্দোলন করছে এবং আমরা তাদের আন্দোলনকে সমর্থন করছি, এবং আমি চাইছি যে আমার মেয়ের যতদিন বিচার না পায় ততদিন যেন তারা সেই আন্দোলন চালিয়ে যায়। সেখানে উনি বলছেন পরিবার বিচার চায় না, এটা জল ঢেলে দেওয়া হলো। আমার মনে হয় ওনার তো ছেলে মেয়ে নেই, তাই উনি সন্তানহারা বাবা মার যন্ত্রণাটা বুঝতে পারছেন না, তাই হয়তো উনি এই কথা বলছেন।
Now, some basic questions arise in light of these phone conversations coming to the fore. The first one is why? Why did RG Kar Hospital actually lie about Abhaya thrice on call? And that too, all of these lies being pushed forward to the parents. Were they trying to kind of set the stage to put forth this narrative of a suicide and that it wasn't a rape and murder that took place in the campus? Why did they tell the parents that Abhaya died by suicide? And the reason we ask those questions because these are medical professionals. One look at the bottled remains, at the injuries based on the post-mortem report itself, and they would have known that this is not a case of suicide. So why were they jumping to that conclusion and even informing the parents about this? Was the hospital actually trying to cover up the rape and murder? Was it to save their reputation, or did they have a more sinister design plot in mind? It was clear it was done at the behest of the principal of RG Kar Hospital then, Dr. Sandeep Ghosh, who's now in the spotlight. But why exactly did they do it? Is there an attempt to shield anyone? Abhaya's parents maintain that the main accused is still out there. The main accused is being shielded by the authorities, both by the hospital and, according to them, by the police as well. Is that really the case? Is that why the hospital went to such great lengths to lie to the parents and try to pass this off as a suicide? And one question that truly comes up here is whether the hospital did lie to the cops also initially that this was a case of suicide, in which case it's absolutely criminal. But at this point, we'll never have answers to that, because remember, the Kolkata police, while they did arrest and apprehend the main accused, Sanjay Roy, did nothing about the hospital, didn't crack down on the administration whatsoever, despite the brazen lapses that came to the fore. Suryagni is back with me. Suryagni, we were discussing about how the Kolkata police failed to look into this angle. There's no doubt that they would have had these phone call records. What we've accessed 20 days later, they would have had on day one, and yet felt no need to really look into the hospital's role here.
Well, this is what, as I was saying earlier, Akshita, that this is what these students had time and again stated, that the inquiry that was happening wasn't really, they didn't have much faith in it. Secondly, time and again, the students had, time and again protested, stated that why was it that the hospital authorities had called up the family and said that it was a case of suicide. Now we have accessed these 3 phone calls wherein in the first 2, they say that, she's unwell. And in the third one, the hospital authorities have told the parents that it's a case of probable suicide. So these audio tapes are again, starting up the questions that we all have been discussing, what the students have been discussing. And now that this case is under, a CBI investigation, the CBI probably will, check these audio tapes, or have probably checked these audio tapes and trying to, link the dots. Because this was something from day one that the students had an objection with, that why was it that when the hospital authorities had called the parents of Abhaya, why was it that they had informed that, it was a case of suicide? And after the tapes that we have accessed and we have heard, now these questions are also, surfacing once again. Back to you.
No, hopefully the CBI will be able to give us some answers about what the hospital's intent was. I'm sure they recognized what a criminal act they were doing by lying to the parents that this was a case of suicide when all indications were that there was foul play, that there were injuries on the body, and yet they chose to ignore all of that, knowing full well the repercussions, which means the cause too was great. The cover-up was for some reason, and hopefully with the CBI investigating, we'll get answers to that. Thanks, Surya Agde, for joining us with those details. Now, what we've been seeing in the last few days is, of course, widespread protests across Bengal. And yesterday, Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee spoke out on these protests. She lashed out at the BJP, and there were bits of her speech that went viral. One, of course, where she said that if Bengal burns, other parts of the country too will burn. You had chief ministers of other states lashing out at Mamata, saying she's attempting to spread hate and divisiveness across the country. And then the BJP also alleged that Mamata Banerjee had threatened protesting doctors. She's clarified on that, saying there's an attempt to mislead and that she never threatened doctors. Details in our next report.
The political face-off over the RG Kaur Hospital rape and murder horror escalates. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, in her biggest attack on the BJP, has warned that if Bengal burns, it will spread to other states.
Modi Babu, আপনার পার্টিকে দিয়ে আগুন লাগাচ্ছেন, মনে রাখবেন বাংলায় যদি আগুন লাগান আসামও থেমে থাকবে না, নর্থ ইস্টও থেমে থাকবে না, উত্তর প্রদেশও থেমে থাকবে না, বিহারও থেমে থাকবে না, ঝাড়খণ্ড থেমে থাকবে না, উড়িষ্যাও থেমে থাকবে না, আর দিল্লিও থেমে থাকবে না। আপনার চেয়ারটা আমরা টলমল করে দেব।
Mamata's statement made on Wednesday provoked angry reactions from BJP chief ministers, including Himanta Biswa Sarma of Assam, N. Biren Singh of Manipur, and Mohan Majhi of Odisha, who accused her of sowing seeds of hatred across the country. The BJP, seizing the moment, sharpened its attacks.
मैं मोदी जी को गिरा सकती हूं, इतना ताकतवर लीडर बंगाल का है, वो सब बोल सकती है. She is now very scared due to massive mass movement against this misrule.
बंगाल में कोई कानून नहीं रह गया है. सरकार में बैठे हुए लोग वहां आतंक मचाए हुए हैं, लोगों को प्रताड़ित कर रहे हैं, हत्या कर रहे हैं, लूट कर रहे हैं. वहां सरकार नहीं चल रही है, वहां तो सरकार के नाम पर गुंडागर्दी चल रही है. तो ऐसे सरकार पर तो तुरंत कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए.
The BJP's ally, the JDU in Bihar, has denounced Mamata's statement.
जो अफसोसजनक है, निंदनात्मक है और स्वतंत्र भारत में कभी ऐसे अवसर देखने को नहीं मिले जब किसी प्रदेश का चुना हुआ मुख्यमंत्री अन्य राज्यों के अंदर भी दखल दे करके विद्रोह जैसी स्थिति पैदा करने की धमकी दे रहा.
The Congress, a national ally of the Trinamool, took a more cautious approach.
Calcutta doctors' rape has only made this issue a bigger issue now, and now everybody is turning towards it, and we are now need to concentrate on the real issue. We should be careful that we should not be dragged into the diversion politics of BJP. We should concentrate on the women's security and our daughters' security.
Mamata Banerjee on Thursday toned down her position. In a post on social media, the Chief Minister alleged the BJP, with the support of the Government of India, is threatening democracy in her state and trying to create anarchy. Mamata clarified that she never threatened protesting doctors. With Ritik Mondal in Kolkata, Bureau Report, India Today.
So Mamata Banerjee today, in her clarification, as you saw in that report, has said that she never threatened protesting doctors and that her comments, her words were restricted to the BJP alone. Is that really the case? We pulled out exactly what Mamata Banerjee said yesterday in that rally in Kolkata. Decide for yourself if this was a message of a warning or a threat to doctors, or was she merely requesting them to get back to work? Listen.
আমি আপনাদের কথা দিচ্ছি, আমি আজকে মিটিং করছি, আজ পর্যন্ত বলছি আমরা কোনো ব্যবস্থা নিইনি, আপনারা আন্দোলন করেছেন, আমি কোনো ব্যবস্থা আপনাদের বিরুদ্ধে নেব না। কারণ আমি যেহেতু মনে করি আপনাদের দুঃখ থাকতে পারে, অভিমান থাকতে পারে, ক্ষোভ থাকতে পারে, আপনারা বিচার চাইছেন, কিন্তু এবার আস্তে আস্তে জয়েন করুন, এবার আস্তে আস্তে যোগদান করুন। তা নাহলে সুপ্রিম কোর্ট কিন্তু সেদিন বলেছিলেন, এরপর থেকে স্টেট গভর্নমেন্টকে পাওয়ার দেওয়া হলো টু টেক অ্যাকশন। আমি অ্যাকশন নিতে চাই না।
Now 20 days on, the country is still in shock and horror over what happened at the RG Kar Hospital in Kolkata over the brutal rape and murder of Abhaya. In our next report, we get you some of the reactions that have come in from across the country, from celebrities who've now also condemned what happened and asked for everyone to come together as a society and think about what needs to be done to ensure safety of women.
A rape case that shook the entire nation. The one that has sparked a wave of outrage, uniting not only citizens to protest the gruesome rape and murder of a trainee doctor at a Kolkata hospital, but also singers who are stepping forward to demand justice. Arijit Singh extended his support and contributed to the movement with his Bengali song, Aar Kobe, which translates to "When will it end?" The track voices a plea for justice for the victim and expresses hope that the efforts of Kolkata's residents will not be futile. In short, it is not simply a protest song. In fact, a call to action. Singer AP Dhillon to join the clarion call of stars demanding justice and expressed his emotions on the tragic incident amid the ongoing protest through a song. Through this heart-touching track, Dhillon expressed his thoughts on how the fate of a life-saving doctor ended so tragically, even questioned about being born as a girl child. Even Rupam Islam in his moving song Koto, which translates to wound, expressed deep anguish and frustration over the RG Kar rape murder incident. The lyrics of this track are a raw reflection of his and the collective pain of society over the crime and the subsequent inaction of the Kolkata government.
मैं भी बिना कुंडी लगाकर सोती, काश मैं भी लड़का होती, झल्ली बनकर दौड़ती उड़ती, सारी रात दोस्तों के साथ फिरती, काश मैं भी लड़का होती.
Earlier, Ayushmann Khurrana also took to social media and shared a heart-wrenching poetry which went viral in no time.
उसकी आंखों का मोती, काश मैं भी लड़का होती. 36 घंटे का लगातार कार्य दुश्वार हुआ, बहिष्कार हुआ, बलात्कार हुआ, पुरुष के वहशीपन से साक्षात्कार हुआ. काश उन पुरुषों में भी थोड़े से स्त्रीपन की कोमलता होती, काश मैं ही लड़का होती.
For the unversed, a 31-year-old trainee doctor was raped and murdered at RG Kar Hospital earlier this month. The situation in Bengal remains tense, with demands for better safety and justice for women becoming louder. Entertainment Bureau, India Today.